Hey, everybody, Darren.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brandon, and welcome to the White Hatter YouTube News Update Show.
Hey, just before we get going, hey, look what I got. Brandon got me this device.
Yes.
Like today, which is Sunday, although we record this on Sunday for a Monday's production, right? We show it on Monday. But today, which is Sunday night, we're doing our first Facebook Live event where we're gonna be talking about parental filtering and monitoring issues and all that kind of stuff tonight. But one of the things we found, because I'm gonna be on the lower set, you're gonna be on the upper set, and last time we did this, if we needed to communicate with one or another, it was kind of hard, right? I mean, you can't see me because of all the.
If you want to say something, I can't see you.
Yeah. So you came up with this idea. You got this, and basically, what is it again?
It's a bicycle light.
It's a bicycle light. It's a remote thing, right? But when I tap it, it blinks a red light. You guys don't see it, but it's blinking a big red LED light
right above the camera.
Right above the camera. So Brandon knows on the lower set that I want to jump in, so he can click the appropriate button to get me there, which is kind of cool. But I mean, low tech, but it does what it is we want it to do. But we also got this really cool high-tech thing. Like one of the things Brandon said is, hey, Dad, I would love to have this remote that I can control things that when I'm teaching and stuff on set, it's easier to do it remotely. So show them what we got.
Oh, yeah, this thing?
Yeah, what is it?
It's called the Kai. It is a gesture-controlled wireless.
It's like he's Tony Stark.
Yeah, it's an interesting device. It's kind of like the Leap motion controller that was released, that was talked about by Microsoft like in 2014.
Yeah.
But this is like a wearable portable version. And
so can you do anything with it?
It allows you to do gesture control.
Show us. Can you show us? Is it set up to go? Do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Show us what you can do.
So you can do a total of, I think, 8 different gestures, and it controls.
I'm glad all that money paid for you to understand math.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, what did you just do there?
It just controls the scenes wirelessly with my gestures.
Oh,
yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Okay, look, hands-free. Hold on. All right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. Oh,
yeah. Anyways.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
It's fun.
Yeah. Tech. I mean, it does exactly what you wanted it to do, right? Based upon what it is we're doing in the White Hatter studio, and it just makes the teaching and learning environment that much greater.
Yeah.
Right? Kind of thing. So, really kind of cool. I think you're going to be doing a product review on that, aren't you?
Probably when I get some time to actually do recording of that.
Have you kind of found it's doing what you wanted it to do?
Yeah, it just takes like a good week or two of practice to learn how it works.
That's why the boomer ain't using it.
It's learning the different control patterns so you don't do false positives if you're a hand talker.
Like Tony Stark, right?
Yeah.
Iron Man. Anyways, what do we got going?
Okay, let's talk about some updates, which some of you already saw.
Oh.
First update from us is new blog out on our website.
Yeah.
Talking about preventing unauthorized purchases on gaming platforms. Some families are having issues with younger people, just maybe unintentionally or intentionally just going online and using credit cards without approval. So there's different methods on different gaming platforms you can use.
We had over COVID, we've had several families connect with us personally, go, "Hey, Darren, you know what? We were checking our credit card statement, and all of a sudden we saw these purchases." And I said, "I think I know what the issue is." In fact, that's what it is. Yeah. And a lot of times, kids are doing it with no malintent, right? Like kind of thing. But it can become problematic, right? So it's important that parents understand how to lock these gaming systems down to prevent that from happening, and that's what that article is all about.
Oh yes. Yeah, okay. Next update from us is we are again doing an Internet Safety and Parent Week, this time between October 18th and 22nd.
Did you design that graphic?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And we do have a premium week pass, half off for all 9 programs, which is what, 9 hours of live training with us?
Yeah, it's 9 hours of live training. It would have been close to $65.
If you account for all the hours.
So if you get the package deal, it's like 50% off. You can still sign up for individuals if you want.
Yeah.
Like if you want to watch an individual one over the 9 days, it's only $5.95, right? It's
Canadian, so like $3
right?
American.
Like 3 cents American, right? So again, if you want to sign up for individuals, you can do it. But if you're interested in all 9, then go with the package deal. And what's really cool about this, Brandon, is even if you live in a different time zone, let's say you're on the East Coast, right? It doesn't matter because these are all being recorded. Like we're going to be producing live, but because we're recording them, we're going to make them available to anybody who signs up for a week afterwards, right? So you can actually go back and watch anything we have anytime you want that meets your need.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
Let's talk about some news updates.
In the news.
So, first update, we're going to talk about gaming. So, interesting research report from an internet security organization that does a lot of industry research. Looked at gaming between 2018 and 2020. Some interesting results popped up in this analysis. So
does that say 152 million?
Applications, yeah. I mean,
wow.
It counts every little tiny attempt of intrusion.
Wow. Okay.
So, I mean, obviously that'd be a lot. But, I mean, what's interesting is that even we've seen in the White Hat a growth in black hat hackers targeting games or people's gaming accounts for various purposes.
Where people hang out, criminals will lurk.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, and there was 3,072 DDoS attacks against gaming companies, not consumers, but gaming companies. I mean, we often see that happening with consumers, where you're playing a game, someone you're playing with, it has ill intent, and they basically crash your internet.
Yeah, I just got distracted. Squirrel. Does that say UVic down there on your screen?
Yes.
Hey, isn't there a group there at UVic that's doing some really cool stuff right now? Online cyber stuff.
Yeah, there's High Tech U that does training for students and kind of getting them ready.
Didn't you do a presentation for them?
Yeah, we did a presentation a couple years ago with them, and it went really well. I think it was virtual.
Anyways,
yeah, it was all virtual.
Squirrel. Back on topic.
Some interesting additional information. They saw a bunch of credential stuffing accounts.
That's 9 billion.
Yeah.
What's credential stuffing?
Basically,
is that what you put into a turkey?
Well, it's stuffing something. Basically, an attacker is trying a multitude of passwords and usernames they probably collected because people have used old passwords that were made public.
All right.
And then they're just trying those combinations on every known possible platform.
Gotcha.
And yeah, we're seeing that happening a lot more common now, where hackers aren't necessarily hacking but breaking code, but they're getting data breaches from companies, which I guess we'll talk about one here later on the show.
Yeah.
And they're using the information to try and guess people's passwords.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Not really, I guess kind of a security privacy thing to talk about.
This is like Orwellian nature.
Okay, so you added this onto the show because you were so fascinated by this.
I did. I want to get one for the house.
Go ahead.
It's Amazon did their big,
Your cats will love it.
I know. I never thought about that. I mean, you know how Apple does their events. Well, Amazon is now. Most big players are now doing the same thing, right? Yeah. So, but they came forward with, this is one of the products that they released. I mean, the company that makes Ring, because Ring is owned by Amazon now, right?
Yes.
So they've come up with this new idea where they've developed this drone that works with the Ring home security system. So once the Ring Home Security Center registers a breach in the house,
if you think you forgot to turn off your stove.
So this thing will launch by itself remotely out of its little carrier, and it looks like it's about this big, right? It's not that big, and it flies autonomously through the house to the point where the home, and it'll see and as it's doing it,
$250.
I know, and I'm not done yet. As it's flying through the house, it also puts out an alarm at the same time. And
if you choose that,
I know, but it's kind of cool.
There's also a passive mode that if you're at work and you forgot to turn off your stove, you can have it check your stove.
Wouldn't it be funny? I was thinking, I'm a practical joker, right? Like you plant this thing in a boardroom, right? When you're having a board meeting, and then you'll launch this thing remotely out of nowhere. I mean, there's some really cool functions, I guess, for this. I mean, it's just kind of cool what they're
I like how
doing
the propellers are covered.
Well, they have to be, right? But do you think that this thing could be abused? Oh yeah, I think it can be abused as well. But it's kind of interesting. But it reminds me of some of those sci-fi movies.
Make sure your Ring password account is super secure, because the last thing you'd want is someone to credential stuff your used password you use everywhere.
Or your motion detector picks up motion. This thing launches and it's you walking to the bathroom naked because you got to go pee.
And then where do the files get saved? On the cloud.
Anyways, when I saw it, I went, okay, that's super cool.
What were the issues talked about months ago about companies that are hired by security cam companies?
Yeah, I know.
That can look at images.
I know.
So I mean, good idea. I mean, it'd be kind of cool if they save the videos locally, on a hard drive in the house.
We buy one, put it right behind us on the set, and as we're talking, this thing will go like
$250 for a gimmick.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
I mean, not saying the product's a gimmick, but I mean,
all right. I just think it's kind of cool. Like I said, it reminds me like the Arnold Schwarzenegger movies where these security drones are flying around looking for people. So
let us know in the comments if you're watching this. If this is something you would want in your house.
Pretty soon there's going to be like darts that come out of it, and tranquilizer darts and stuff, lasers, laser beams.
Let's leave it up to the modding community. See what they can do.
That'd be kind of funny. So, anyways,
okay.
I just thought it was interesting.
All right.
You know me, boomer brain.
Facebook removes 150 accounts linked to the Philippine military from their platform.
Really?
Basically, the story of this, it was a news agency down in the Philippines, detected some suspicious activity on Facebook, reported it, Facebook investigated, and they removed the accounts. So, I mean, like...
How did Facebook not know what was going on? 150 of them?
Well, I mean... I guess that's the whole, conspiracy question. Like, we're our tinfoil hats, right? It's Facebook. They know the behavior I'm sure they know all the bots that are on their platform, right? So it's a matter of, they brought it to their attention.
Allegedly.
Then they took
allegedly.
it off.
We're not saying they do. We allegedly believe they do.
Yeah.
Right?
So
interesting.
Yeah.
But it's good. Somebody brought it to their attention and they dealt with it.
Yeah, that's good. So, yeah. And then I'm sure right now they're making 150 more accounts.
It would be nice to see more proactive activity from Facebook than what we see. They are getting more proactive for sure, right? But it's good to see now that
proactive by telling Apple users, hey
what?
Well, remember at last show we talked about how Apple was going to have an update saying Facebook takes 30% of profit.
Oh, right.
And Facebook was like no, and Apple blocked it. And
it's gonna be a fight.
Actually, a bunch of companies actually came together.
They got together,
created an advocacy agency.
Do you actually think that's going to have any effect, though? Come on, let's be honest.
It depends what the courts say.
Yeah. Courts where though? Canada, U.S.
U.S.
Yeah.
But the same thing could happen in Canadian courts, and then the Canadian versions of the app stores could have different price policies.
That's true.
If Canadian courts rule one way, Americans rule the other way.
That's true.
Anyways,
it's all about the money.
Pretty much.
Follow the money.
Article from Rolling Stones.
Yes.
TikTok teens are ending up on Pornhub. So interesting. What does this mean?
Yeah, I mean, we wrote an article on this a number of months ago, right? Juxtaposition of TikToks and showing up on Reddits and subreddits, and where these hypersexualized videos are then juxtaposed and used within porn communities, and basically that's what they're saying here as well. And by the way, I did a little searching on Pornhub, only for this, just for this. Right? And it is in fact true. Like I was able to find a number of TikTok things being used on Pornhub. I found things from Snapchat, Instagram as well, on there as well. So yeah, it's interesting to see, and another reason why parents should be aware. I mean, we recommend that this isn't something that TikTok should not be used by those under the age of 15, right? But it is interesting to see what is going on. But anything abuse, again, it's not the app, it's how people use the app. That's why we say to parents, kids should know not to hypersexualize themselves on any platform, because it can be abused, right? So yeah, it was a good read though. Good read. Is the link for this going to be in the bio? Or,
yeah. The links to all the articles are down in the description below.
Excellent. Check it out. It's on our Facebook page as well.
Yeah. Rouge Employee at Spotify accused of accessing customer information without authorized permission. It's not like I said the first time we've seen this. No. Actually, there was a good case where it was allegedly Amazon was doing that.
Yeah,
like the corporation was spying on people. So I mean, like, you may trust all your business or personal life to an online provider or service of some sort, but many of these online providers and services oftentimes do have master keys to look behind what you've hidden.
The weakest link is always the
human link.
And I mean, this is why organized crime will target places like this, right? Like if you're an employee and I approach you as an organized crime and say, hey, listen, here's $250,000 cash. If you provide me with this kind of information that I know you have access to, nobody will know it's you, and here's $250,000 cash, right? We investigated a case before I retired from policing where organized crime approached a gas attendant who worked in a gas station to swap out. So they paid them big bucks. We're talking in the tens of thousands of dollars to allow them to switch out the ATM terminal for one that the criminals had control over, so that every time somebody was swiping, they were capturing all the data, including the passwords and PIN numbers and stuff, right? So, companies can spend millions and trillions and billions of dollars, but all it takes is one employee who has access to that information to make it vulnerable.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Yeah. So I guess, be cautious. If you trust a company with their data, there's a good chance that they may have people who have access to the data. So,
and Shopify is a pretty big organization, right? So
yeah. So it's definitely things to think about.
Yeah.
Last news topic for the show is gym chain, Town Sports, which is mostly based on the East Coast and the New York area.
This will be important for Cal in Vancouver, because he watches these things while he's working out.
Right.
Hey Cal, how you doing? Shout out, buddy.
Okay.
As you're running on the treadmill on your bicycle, have a read of this, dude.
600,000 records of members and staff leaked online. Records including full names, addresses, phone numbers, emails, which is, not super important. But I guess what the interesting bits of data is last 4 digits of credit cards, expiration dates of the cards, and billing history.
Yeah.
So it's not, the security code in the back, wasn't captured or anything.
The CIV number, or
yeah.
the CSV number,
yeah.
It's called. Yeah.
So and this is not the first time we've seen, this industry being targeted.
It seems like in the like Fitbit, a lot of the fitness type industries. You were saying Under Armour.
Yeah, they had a breach as well.
And why do you think that is, Brandon?
I'm only speculating, but I'm assuming because they're very much not a tech-based company. Like, their business doesn't involve tech necessarily.
Right.
I would assume, these databases that are made for these organizations are probably quickly put together and like, here's something to manage clients.
Right.
Because their business isn't on the internet whatsoever, I assume. So that is probably my thought process for that.
Oh, there you go. Interesting.
Don't know
show.
for certain, but that's kind of what I would assume. And this is important.
Interesting show.
Yeah.
What do we got coming up this week? So we got Facebook Live tonight, right?
Yes.
Sunday, not Monday. This show's on Monday, but it's
yes.
Sunday night. We're doing that, and then we've got a couple of contracts this week, right?
Yeah.
You did 1 or 2. How many did you do last week? 1 or 2? You did.
I think 2.
Yeah, you did 2 last week, or 2 this week. Kind of thing. So that's kind of cool. We're getting more interest coming our way now from schools. We thought we wanted to give schools at least the first couple of weeks in September to kind of acclimate to the new COVID school strategies that they've implemented in scheduling, right? And so just this past week, we've had a number of inquiries from schools that blew me away, because I thought they would be nowhere. They would still be kind of working their way through, but we've got a couple of contracts with schools right now. And we have spent a lot of time this summer getting the studio and over 15 different programs for schools, which includes parents, teachers, and teens, right? And they can all be found on our website now, right?
Whitehatter.ca, and they're all broadcast live here from the studio.
And you've got a special button where it says Rate for Schools, right? Schools, and it'll take you there. You can see them all. All the webinar-based programs are between 60 minutes, and there's one that is 75 minutes for the students. The parents ones are a little longer, and the educators are a little longer. So we've designed them specifically to fit within a block, right? A block, which is about 60 to 75, 80 minutes, depending upon the schools and the districts. And the cost for each one of those programs is only $350.
Canadian.
It's
like $250.
And how many students can we host up?
Base technically unlimited.
Yeah, it's unlimited, which is kind of cool. And the $350.
It scales up depending on how many students are there.
Right.
At base level, it's I think 200.
Yeah. And what's really cool about that is not only can we broadcast directly into the school, but because some parents in some schools have kept kids home because of COVID, we're able to produce our live events in both homes and schools simultaneously, right? So the students who are at home learning still feel like they're a part of the school, right? And we can do that through all this technology that Brandon has. And he's also got the ability now to allow us to integrate with Zoom and Teams and Blue Jeans. So, if a school doesn't want to use our production platform, which is secure, we've done our homework, and they want us to integrate with theirs, easily done. We've done it, and it works absolutely wonderfully. So please head over to our website, have a look at the school programs right now. $350, and we offer package deals now too, right? So if you book more than one program, great. We're actually
Yeah,
finding...
that's our current promo.
Yeah, and what's really cool is a lot of schools are hypothesizing, and we do too, for the parents programs, they'll have far better parent attendance because parents don't need to find time to come in to the presentation, right? We produce it, and then they can watch it for 7 days afterwards, right? Kind of cool. And only $350, and cheaper if we have package deals, right? So
that's true.
Check it out. Check it out on site. Brandon's done a really good job about making that happen. So good show.
Yeah.
Looking forward to tonight's... I gotta be careful, right? Yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, yesterday's presentation was awesome. I'm making a prediction.
Oh, okay, got it.
Looking forward to that, using both sets and playing with this new device that you got us. Right? When when I click on it, it looks like a Cylon, the old by your command, right? So anyways, I'm Darren.
And Brandon, thank you so much, and we'll see you again next week.
Bye.
Bye.